Lame masculinity is one of the themes of it. You know, competitive, terrible, pathetic masculinity. And she is like, at first you think, oh, this character is slightly being underserved by the script, but then you think that's the whole point. She's been underserved by the whole family, and that she has a big moment, and they react by being stupid.
There's a line where someone says, I didn't even realise you had a sister or a daughter or something.
Exactly.
So she's very much in the
she's the one
the background.
She's like
has
in the
quite
dark.
a big moment.
She's in the dark, and it's suddenly
Pretty
like,
much,
excuse me.
Yeah. I thought it was very clever, yeah. And she's brilliant as well, Elizabeth Marvel, she crazy.
This is episode 49 of our podcast, Flixwatcher. Today I'm joined, as always, with Helen.
Hello!
And today we've got the lovely people on the other side of the desk. We have Boyd.
Hello.
And Gail.
Hello!
And we're going to be talking about the Meyerowitz Stories. How do you say it?
The Meyerowitz Stories, brackets, new and selected, close brackets. Come find us on Twitter at FlixWatcherPod. Visit the website flixwatcher.tv for full listings, and don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes and leave us an awesome review.
So guys, just as a big reminder, all films on the podcast were available on Netflix at the time of recording. There will be bad language, there will be spoilers. I hope you enjoy it. See you later.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Flixwatcher Pod, and today we are joined by Boyd, Hilton and Gail Porter. If you would like to say hello, wonderful guests, and tell us a little bit about yourselves and where we might find you online.
Hello, I'm Boyd, and I am the entertainment director of Heat Magazine, and I'm online at Boyd Hilton on Twitter and Instagram, and I also have a podcast called Footballistically Arsenal, and I have another podcast called The Unmissables, and that's me.
And I'm Gail Porter, and I kind of do TV kind of stuff and write things, and I am on Twitter, just Gail Porter, keep it simple, and I'm on Instagram, I am Gail Porter. Facebook, there's about 30 of me, so I'm not entirely sure which one's me. Apparently I'm the one that's wearing a black dress. I don't really like Facebook because I don't want to see your cat, I don't want to see your kids, I'm not really interested, so just keep it Twitter.
Keep it Twitter and Insta.
Yeah, Insta, Twitter, easy.
So we're chatting about the Meyerowitz Stories, brackets, new and selected. Boyd, you chose this. Why?
Yes.
And tell us what happens.
Lots of reasons I chose it. I'm a fan of its writer-director Noah Baumbach, who has made films such as While We're Young with Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller's also in this. And Margot at the Wedding and Squid and the Whale. He's like an indie American film director, writer, in the kind of Wes Anderson mold. But I think I actually slightly prefer his stuff to Wes Anderson.
Him and Wes have worked together.
They have worked together a lot, you're right, yes. And this has a feel. I'm also a huge Woody Allen fan, and this feels to me his most Woody Allen-ish film. It's set in New York. It's about a very dysfunctional family led by a patriarch, played by Dustin Hoffman, who is an artist, sculptor, who is not as successful as he would like to have been, and that's one of the themes of the film, is him dealing with his lack of success as opposed to one of his rivals who's a huge star in the art world. And his sons have various issues with him. Adam Sandler is one of them, who's a bit of a loser, hasn't really achieved much, never had a job, seemingly. He's got a lovely, wonderful teenage daughter, though, wants to be an artist as well, wants to be like a video artist. And then Ben Stiller is the really successful son who's in kind of finance and property and everything, and he's very wealthy, but has something lacking in his life as well.
Well, he's successful, but he's not successful in the art way.
Exactly. So he's not artistic, so his dad doesn't really approve of him. That's one of the issues. And it's also and Elizabeth Miller is his daughter, and she has major issues. She's the one who has had a raw deal, and she's kind of like quieter and, is kind of like not as show-offy as the others, and is obviously looking for her place in the family. And then there's Emma Thompson, who has a brilliant performance, looking completely unlike anything she's ever played before, as Dustin Hoffman's kind of kooky, eccentric new girlfriend, female partner, who makes terrible food, including octopus, etc., which they all have to pretend to like. And she also spends the whole time sozzled, effectively, mostly kind of drinking. And it's kind of about, as the title suggests, that subtitle, which is the rather pretentiously new and selected, the stories. It's kind of a slice of life of all of them, a kind of moments from their life, and you get the sense that he could have picked 4 or 5 other moments from their life.
Yeah.
But in these, it does lead to, for example, the 2 sons having a physical fight at one point, and the father getting ill. So it's a very, as I say, it's a kind of very indie, I think very clever, smart, funny, witty, and believable account of this kind of privileged New York Jewish family.
Yeah, this is the first time we've let Adam Sandler in this podcast.
It's a big moment for me.
See, I am a huge anti-Adam Sandler person. So I found it when I heard the thing is I only got your film choices last week, and I was in Scotland and backwards and forwards. So
You're a busy woman.
Well, not really, but just on a train a lot. And there's no Wi-Fi on Virgin.
Right.
It's really crap.
It's annoying.
It's really awful.
Yeah.
So I saw the trailer, and the thing, I don't know what it is about Adam Sandler. I just have a real problem with him.
You're not the only one.
No.
I just have never seen anything that I like him in. I don't enjoy his acting, and do you know what? I'm going to watch this as soon as I get home. Okay,
Good.
maybe not. I might have a cup of tea first.
But let me just say this.
Get a non-crunchy snack.
Let's just get the Adam Sandler thing out of the way. This is not an Adam Sandler film.
No.
This is but this is the key thing. This is not in the in one of his doofus
Sandy
films.
Wexler.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But
I'm a fan, but I think
you've
he's
got a thing when it comes to actors and actresses.
Fine.
Like Nicole Kidman, she's great. I can't.
Really?
No.
Oh my God! This has been the year of Kidman as well.
You're going to see The Killing of a Sacred Deer, though, aren't you?
I'm going to go to I know.
She is in that.
I've got to actually I'm doing the whole counting of 10 thing, because the thing is, I saw the thing, was it Pretty Little Lies or what was
Big Little Lies?
Yeah, she was great in that.
Brilliant.
And so I'm getting there.
Okay.
It's taking me a while.
She's amazing.
It's like sort of getting on with an ex. Do you know what I mean? I think a film is a very personal thing. You've got to like who you're watching, and you've got to connect with it. And Nicole and me, I'm sure she's got a problem with me, But no,
I thought she loves you.
She probably does.
So Helen is the resident as a resident Noah Baumbach fan.
You don't like Adam Sandler?
No, I don't. So when I heard that he was...
No, it's a no from me. Hello, it's Helen. It's a no from me.
When I heard that he was making a film with Baumbach, it was like, I'm going to have to break the rule and watch it. I mean, he's quite good in this, which kind of makes me think he should probably do more films like this, because obviously Punch Drunk Love is the other film that when people say, but what about that? Which I thought was
one of the greatest films of all time. Punch Drunk Love,
I haven't seen it for a while. But he's good in it. I kind of like that he's playing kind of the downbeat person, the person who's out in his look with a bit of a limp going on.
That limp's quite funny, actually, all the way through.
Yeah, unexplained limp as well.
Yeah,
the best kind of limp. No, you don't really know what's the limp got to do. I'm a huge fan of his. I think he's made some terrible films. His the kind of run of the mill comedies. Some of them are decent, some of them are terrible. The ones he's doing for Netflix at the moment. So he's on a huge deal with Netflix.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Well, he all the kind of fairly basic out and out comedies that he did. Billy Madison, all these films that you mentioned. Netflix has snapped up all of those. So he's creating a series of comedies starring him.
Quote unquote.
Comedies, yeah, but this is not one of those. So this is a completely separate project that brilliantly cast. I think he's fantastic in this film. I think it's his best performance since
it's just like
Punch Drunk Love. But Punch Drunk Love is one of the greatest films of all time.
But I think it's like when things like when Quentin Tarantino got John Travolta.
Yeah, right. Well,
Pulp
a little
Fiction.
bit. No,
but when you get people that have come from. You just think, that can't be, that can't work.
Funny People. You've seen Sandler's in Funny People, which was.
I actually did like that.
Yeah,
that was quite good.
Yeah, he was great, which very much reflected on his own persona.
Yeah,
and was a really clever, smart film that he's great. I think he's really good.
The problem with Funny People was the length of it.
Yeah, well, God, completely. Yeah, it was way too long. 2.5 hours. Yeah.
Which is not required.
That was one of those films I actually went out, got a takeaway, came back, slept with a stranger, came back, adopted a dog. It was still on.
It's still on. And you didn't miss anything. But
it was a good concept, and he was good in it.
Yeah.
So you hit on the right point. It's a film with Adam Sandler in it, and he's kind of contained within the confines.
Absolutely.
And the films that Ridiculous Six, for example, I watched 15 minutes of it and just turned it off because I just thought it.
That's one of his Netflix stupid films.
Absolutely. And the point is, he can be good.
Yes.
And that's the irritating thing. He can be half decent, at least. I'm
a big fan of Ben Stiller. I think
Ben Stiller. I can
Great.
Like even I can watch Zoolander. I know it's the most stupid film ever. It's like watching Anchorman. There's certain things that when you're having a bad day, you need a really crappy film that makes you laugh.
There's nothing crappy about either Zoolander or.
Well, no, but do you know what I mean? It's not.
They're both fantastic.
They're amazing, but
Brain
they're not going to do anything to your brain
No,
apart
but
from make
a
you
great
laugh.
comedy.
You make me bleed my own blood.
It's supposed to make you laugh. Yeah, they're both great.
Exactly.
Zoolander 2 is terrible.
Zoolander 2 is awful.
Yeah. But let me just say, I think they're both perfectly cast. I think this whole film is one of the great things about it is you believe completely that Adam Sandler and Ben Stiller are brothers and sons of Dustin Hoffman, and you believe that Elizabeth Miller is the put upon sister who's been closely.
Is it Elizabeth Marvel?
Sorry, Elizabeth Marvel. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you for correcting that.
Which is a great surname.
It is a great surname, and I think the whole thing. I completely went with the whole thing. I completely went with all their characters, and all their.
And I did see the clip of Emma Thompson, which it took me a couple of seconds to go, oh my gosh, that's
Absolutely,
Emma Thompson, and she's like the drunk mother.
Yeah.
So it took me halfway through the film before I
Really?
realised. Yeah,
Amazing.
I was just like, she's
That's
awesome.
how good she is.
Yeah, Emma Thompson is whatever film she's in, she's going to be the best thing in the film. But here she's on a par. Everyone's
on a par,
Everyone's firing on all the cylinders.
It doesn't get better than Thompson in anything. I agree with you with that. She's one of the all-time legends. Yeah.
I thought Dustin Hoffman was fantastic in this as the begrudging old dad. One thing I want to talk about before we go to the scores, because we're a bit time constrained in this one, but there's the story of Elizabeth Marvel when she meets someone that she'd come across in the past.
Yes.
And this is very poignant in terms of the recent Harvey Weinstein and these celebrities.
Yeah. Well, it turns out, so it turns out that the daughter, his daughter character, who's kind of, is the kind of quiet one, is clearly, the one who isn't, doesn't seem to have been married or have a partner, has been at some point in her life molested, physically abused. And she has this big moment where she reveals this in the woods to her brothers who had no idea. And it's a fantastically powerful moment, I thought. And
absolutely.
her speech kind of explaining it is, and as you say, it kind of has
And
impact.
how do they react to it?
They smash up the guy's car.
Especially the guy's car, which is
in a very childish, regressive way.
Yeah, and it's all about lame masculinity is one of the themes of it. Competitive, terrible, pathetic masculinity. And she is like, at first you think, oh, this character is slightly being underserved by the script, but then you think that's the whole point. She's been underserved by the whole family, and that she has a big moment, and they react by being stupid.
There's a line where someone says, "I didn't even realise you had a sister or a daughter or something."
Exactly.
So she's very much in the
she's the one
background.
She's
and
like
has
in the
quite
dark.
a big moment.
She's in the dark, and it's suddenly
Pretty
like,
much,
"Excuse me."
Yeah, I thought it was very clever. Yeah, and she's brilliant as well. Elizabeth Marvel, as you correctly pointed out, her name is.
And another female character in the film is I don't know what her name is, but the lady who played Adam Sandler's daughter.
Yes,
who's gone to film school and making gregarious films. But I think the relationship between Adam and her was one of the best parts of it as well.
He seems to have quite a good relationship with his daughter, which you kind of, Ben Stiller is quite envious of that because he doesn't really have a very good relationship with his child, which is kind of shown off screen. And Ben Stiller is more successful than Adam Sandler, so they both kind of envy different things about each other's lives, but neither of them are quite man enough to admit that or address it in any other way, which is why they sort of end up having the comedy fight at the end.
Grace Van Patten plays the daughter. Yeah,
Grace Van Patten.
The actress. Yeah, and she's great, and she's 21 in real life, which is very important because you do see her naked quite a lot in the film, and she's supposed to be like a kind of a teenager. So you think, and it possibly makes you feel slightly queasy, but then she's being played by a 20-year-old woman, so. It's fine. She makes naked art videos, doesn't she? That's her thing.
And her family and she sends it to her family for approval.
Yeah, and there's some very funny scenes where she's showing her, elderly grandparents her naked romps, shall we say? But I thought she was great as well, Grace Van Patten. Every single role in this is perfectly cast.
I think so.
I think we should write a film.
We should do. Let's sit down next week. We'll sit down right.
Baumbach film.
Come in and
set it up in Belsize Park because that's close to where I live. Make it easy.
Oh, sorry.
A good view of London as well.
Yeah. It's all about
good view of London.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Should we go to the scores, guys?
Let's go to some scores.
Go for Boyd first because he chose the film.
Thanks. Well, yes, recommendability. I'm giving it 4.2.
Cool.
Yeah.
that popular choice.
Yeah.
So who
inspired by your 4.2 score earlier?
Who wouldn't see this film? Who wouldn't you recommend it to?
I think if you really have a thing against, what I did want to mention very briefly is there's one of the most scathing reviews of a film ever seen. If you Google Armond White, Armond, have you heard of him? He was one of the most famous, difficult film critics, controversial film critics, and he always goes against the grain. He hates this film, and he's written an unbelievably scathing attack on it and Noah Baumbach. It's worth reading because I found it incredibly
Have you got
outrageous.
any highlights?
The last bit, the end of it, he says, the Meyerowitz Stories is rooted in New York Hollywood greed, arrogance, and egocentricity. Baumbach mythologizes the corruption as upper middle class habit. Like Harvey Weinstein's depredations, the Meyerowitz's culture of permissive privilege is commonplace in millennial film circles. What he's saying is this film is kind of like Harvey Weinstein.
Oh my God.
It's unbelievable. It's really incredible. So people like Armond White and his acolytes will not like this film.
This man lives alone in a loft in New York with a cat.
Right, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Oh my
I think
God,
you're right.
that's me.
You live in New York.
In New York, right?
Well, not in New York, but in London.
Gail, knee-jerk thoughts based on our discussion.
How much did you enjoy the trailer?
I didn't enjoy it at all. I'm really sorry. The thing is, I thought Emma Thompson, I love her to death, but I didn't like her character when I saw it in the trailer.
Yeah.
I don't like Adam Sandler. So if it was up to me and someone said to me, do you want to go to Asda or do you want to watch this movie tonight? I'll probably go to Asda. So I'll take
Asda
I'll
on
to,
like Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I'll give it
The
to
Asda Stories.
just
3.2, did you say?
No, I said 2.
Just a 2.
Just a 2. I'm sorry.
Harsh.
No, it's because I've not seen it. And do you know what, Boyd? I'm going to call you up tomorrow.
Thanks.
And I'm going to say,
Yes.
I'm sorry I've
Thank
watched
you.
it
Good.
and I apologise. But
That's
from
okay.
the trailer, I didn't like the trailer. It didn't do it for me.
If you send a tweet with your scores after you watch it to
I
us,
will.
and
I'll
then
tweet you.
Yeah.
and we'll add them in.
I'm really sorry, but you know, from not watching it, I can't.
Of course.
I can't. You know.
Helen.
I was really, really excited about this film, despite the Adam Sandler of it.
Go to.
And
2.
Don't egg her on.
it didn't.
2.5.
It didn't deliver. I'm a massive Baumbach fan, and I think that this kind of revisits a lot of stuff that The Squid and the Whale has already explored. In particular, how
And that was a
difficult
great
it is
film.
to park in New York, and it's a little bit too much kind of Hannah and her sisters for me. So I'm going to give it a 3.5. The Squid and the Whale is on Netflix, and I think that's a bit funnier, a bit sweeter.
Well, The Squid and the Whale we reviewed,
Yeah.
and we'll
Oh.
And,
if it's not out now, we'll be out soon.
It's cute.
Francis
It's cute.
Ha and Mistress America, they're all. He's done
I
better
love Mistress.
films.
I think Mistress America is probably my favourite one. Mistress and
Yeah.
Francis. In fact, I think if I had a back-to-back session of Noah Baumbach, it would be Francis Ha, Mistress America, and
Francis
this.
Ha is great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
so
Francis Ha.
But it is interesting. So if you are a fan of his, then obviously definitely do watch this. And if you do like Woody Allen and that kind of thing, then it is definitely one to check out. But I was just a little bit disappointed consider how much I like his other films.
I'm going to go 4.5. I really did enjoy it, and I was.
Are you having a laugh?
I was just. I
Do
was.
you like that? This is really loud.
I was
That's good.
laughing like
Good,
a
isn't it?
hyena all the way through it. I thought it was.
Oh my
really
God. Are you definitely married? Seriously?
good. Yeah.
Why is
Question.
that test?
I know. Yeah.
I'm just wondering if his wife just like goes to sleep all the time.
She was watching with me.
It's the one she's actually chosen
Yes,
to watch.
she watches with me.
First.
She
Good
loved
for
it.
you.
Yeah.
Good, and your wife.
Thank you.
If we should get your wife's scores, it'd be more valid than Gail. At least she's seen it.
Okay. I'm sorry. I apologise.
We'll get the tweets off Gail and add them to the scores later on.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll tweet it tonight.
Repeat viewing score. Boyd.
Well, I've seen it 2.5 times, and the extra half, I really enjoyed. I'm going to give it, give it 4.
All right.
I feel
Yeah.
you may need to score quite highly, generously for it to.
Yeah, I'm being honest. I don't want to swing it too far. You know, I'm being honest. Yeah, I mean, it's not 5. I'm not going to watch it every year.
I'll give it a 1 because I've not seen it. So I want to watch it once. I don't like Adam Sandler. I didn't like the Emma Thompson character. I don't think I'm going to enjoy it.
I think go in with an open mind.
Clearly not.
Helen.
Look, I'm getting old. My daughter left a note in my kitchen the other day. She went, "You are nearly 50." Do you know what I mean? I've got to sort of like take things.
Charming.
I know. I am nearly 50. I like what I like. If I don't like it, I don't like it.
Get out. Yeah. Helen.
I've only seen it once. Would I watch it again? Yeah, I'd probably gonna watch it again. I'm gonna give it a 3. I'd watch his other films before then, but I might watch this again.
I'm going to go for 3.5.
Might watch some of the selected chapters.
Which
That's quite a good thing they've done that, split that up, so I can watch the bits I like the most again.
Okay, that's a fair point. I'll definitely watch it again. And I think I probably would do a Noah Baumbach binge before going back to this one there. So I'd probably do... I think Mistress America is on Netflix. It is. Greenberg's on there.
Margot at the Wedding is. And
no, you can have a whole film festival. Baumbach Film Festival.
Kicking and Screaming, I think. And Francis Ha might not
I don't think that is.
Weekend Sorted.
No, I think it's not on.
You can fill your pants.
Film a Noah Back
Did
pants.
you say fill your pants?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting.
See, like I've been rude, but you just said fill your pants. That's rude.
Boyd, small screen score.
Well, I think this is one of those films that actually it is. I think it's very well shot, but it doesn't really need to be seen on the big screen. I don't think. So I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Yeah. This was one of the films. I think it was out at London Film Festival.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And I just thought it's going to be Netflix. It looked suited for Netflix, so I didn't make a beeline to it. So I think. So I'm preempting my score. Gail, you saw the trailer.
I wouldn't want to see it.
Made that clear.
I wouldn't.
Helen, do you want to give it?
So is that a no?
Is it zero?
Is that 0?
Well, yeah. Small screen scores.
I wouldn't want to see it on the big screen ever.
Okay, yeah, so that's a 5 then.
Is that 5?
Yeah.
I don't want to see it ever.
The big screen.
I don't even want to see it tonight, but I'm going to watch it tonight just because of you. I just don't want it.
Thank you. That means a lot. Helen.
I'm going to give it
I'm keeping it real.
5. It's the perfect film for Netflix. It doesn't really have anything particularly flashy about it, and it was one that they had quite a big sort of push on this, about this being one of their premieres, and they've got some kind of financial involvement, I think, in this. And it's quite good because it is quite long as well. Well, it feels a bit long, so you can kind of like
so long.
110 minutes.
Yeah.
felt a little bit longer.
Stato just
110 minutes there. I'm not going to watch.
Good to be able to pause and go to the bathroom or make a cup of tea or something.
I love you, Helen.
I'm going to go for 5 as well. Yeah, it doesn't need to be seen in the cinema. I don't think I missed out by not seeing it. And
Boyd says he loves it, and he's actually tweeting at the moment.
No, I was checking the running time. 112 minutes.
112 minutes. Yeah. Engagement score.
Totally engaged from start to finish. So 5, I think, for me.
Couldn't even be bothered, so whatever.
I'm going to give you a 2.5. I'm going to give you a 2.5 because
I like the way you're intervening.
Yeah, I think so.
That's good.
Oh, come on, I'm trying to be funny. It doesn't work, does it? You don't do humour. He's like, no, we've got to be nice. It's got to be nice.
Humour. Oh, damn, that's a damn good diamond.
We don't want to disrespect Mr. Baumbach, do we?
You don't do humour.
Don't do humour.
I give it 4.5. I did do a little bit of like, where's the females in this apart from Emma Thompson been seen before?
Yeah.
So,
I didn't know anything about Elizabeth Marvel before this film.
No, I didn't.
No.
I'd like to know more though.
To the extent
Just
I
'cause of the
brought
name.
Elizabeth Miller.
What did you say, 4?
4.5.
4.5. And yeah, I'll give it 4.5 as well.
Ooh.
And that gives it a score, in spite of the fact that Gail hasn't seen it, of pretty high.
I'm sorry. Do you know, I've apologised. Look, I've apologised. I'm trying to be funny. I'm sorry.
No,
I
it's
just
good.
don't
I'm
like the
just-
trailer. I don't like Adam Sandler. Oh gosh, that sounds really bad. I'm sure he's lovely and he's probably got really nice feet, but I don't.
Known for his feet.
He's known for his feet,
yeah. He's got nice shoes.
Silky
and-
feet.
Yeah.
If only Nicole Kidman had been in, we could have done the full lineup of people you hate.
And
I
people
don't hate
eating
people.
popcorn.
There's just things that I don't like watching.
No, fair enough. You can't like everything.
That gives us a score of 3.85,
which is nearly a 4 in my books anyway, which is...
Oh my gosh, you've beaten
high.
It's 4 bar the
GM,
shouting.
You've beaten a GM pig.
We
I
have.
don't know. Yeah.
Don't know what you're talking about.
No, I
That's
don't know
that's
what you're
different
talking
from
about,
what you're thinking about.
Different
And
podcast.
you've
Film
beaten
from the other week.
Tilda Swinton and what?
It's all right. That's great. Well, 3.85 is
Strong.
a strong score.
What's the highest score? Do you know what the highest score?
So far, the high score has been What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
Fair enough.
4.7.
Yeah. Wow.
Who's
Yeah.
in that?
That is the Taika Waititi
Waititi,
film with your man from
The fake vampire documentary.
documentary
Is it
film.
good?
It's amazing.
It's brilliant,
It's
yeah.
4.75.
I mean, it
4.7.
doesn't get better than that. Does it?
Yeah.
Literally doesn't get better than that on the.
We recommend you watch. That's
So
not on
what-
it's not on Netflix anymore. But it's like
Is it not on anymore?
How did you
Oh,
get it?
devd.
it's like 82 minutes now. It's
How
it's
did
a
you
short.
get it?
Well,
It's
iTunes,
on,
I guess.
Yeah, it's on iTunes. Yeah.
Although we don't advocate iTunes.
Oh,
No.
Ooh.
Actually, we don't really...
We don't care.
Can I come and work in your office?
You can do. It's just here.
Well, I know where it is because I'm here.
Yeah. Come back anytime.
I could have rented this room.
Yeah.
And my office is just up the street, so you can do
Oh my
part time
God,
at both.
I can double whammy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
absolutely.
I'm nowhere near here.
I'm going to strap you down the
You're on
full
the
to
other
watch the
side.
Meyerowitz Stories then. Yeah, that's your first task.
I'm going to actually
First
watch
task.
it tonight. I promise you.
I don't think you will.
I will. I promise you. Literally, I've got insomnia and I don't do
in
anything.
that case, okay.
I
A
could
double
watch-
bill of Nicole Kidman and
No,
Adam
no.
Sandler.
Yeah, all
I
your
think that's
favourites
gonna
in
be
one
a bit-
go.
You're going
I
to
wouldn't
see.
recommend
You're going to
that.
see the Killing of a Sacred Deer. So just wait.
Yeah.
Watch
I know,
that
is that
being
going to be quite?
You'll be emotionally bereft after that, and then you can get some light relief.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I know.
Not really.
I never do easy films.
So, guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
your time.
much.
Just give us a quick shout out to where you're from on Twitter and online. And
I'm at Boyd Hilton and on Twitter and Instagram.
cool.
My name's Gail Porter. I'm at Gail Porter. That was really well thought of by me. That's on Twitter. And on Instagram, I am Gail Porter.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Thanks very much for coming on.
Thank you very much
Cheers.
for having us.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Cheers, guys. You were just listening to the latest episode of Flixwatcher podcast. Thank you to Brendan Russell for his sublime editing skills, Mighty People for the tunes you can hear right now. Please do come to iTunes and find us, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Find us on Twitter at FlixWatcherPod and our website, flixwatcher.tv.